We'll get things started with Robbie.
Coach, I know you've been really excited to see things move forward for Reed because you talked about the work that she's been putting in the gym and how good she's been shooting the ball. How nice was it to see all this kind of come to a head tonight and her have the night that she had?
Yeah, it's very rewarding as a coach, probably for fans too, have gotten to know her here at Mississippi State. And while it was a fantastic game that she played, it's not that big of a surprise because of what she's been showing us in practice. And she's had some big moments that, maybe not everybody understood how big they were, whether it be a shot against Vanderbilt, a rebound here or there, but it has been a little bit more limited than what it was tonight. And it just doesn't happen. It's not a fluke. It's not one of those imaginary nights. Like, this was done weeks and months ago with her work ethic. So yeah, it doesn't always work out this way, but I'm always internally rooting for that player, that kind of player. And these are special moments in a coaching career to be able to witness it and watch it, and the way it's supposed to be done, the way you're supposed to work, and then have her get the fruits of her labor.
Another question I have, I saw Jessica Carter down there with the team tonight. I think that's the first time she's really been around in any kind of capacity from what we've been able to see this year. What's her status, and I guess what all is she able to do right now?
Yeah, she's been working out with us. She's been doing individual workouts. She's enrolled in school. She's doing a fantastic job. Right now we have her she's with the team, but we don't have her practicing with the team right now. She'll watch film with us and some of those things, but we have her working out with Bob Thornton, Coach Thornton, and then with Hannah and making sure her body's right. And her workouts are fantastic. She is really getting after it. She's in a full sweat every day. The dangerous thing is having her around that team and having her close to that bench. And I'm looking down that bench and I see her, and it'll be for next year, but man, do I want to put her in there right now.
Andy, go ahead.
Hey, Doug, congrats on the win. Just want to follow up on Jessica, like real quick to confirm. So the plan kind of is to have her return to you guys next season at this point?
Yeah, she'll be eligible to play next season.
And you talked a lot about how there's always distractions, and obviously you guys had a pretty big one this week. And how proud are you of your guys that they kind of, avoided paying too much attention to the distraction and came out with a great performance tonight?
Yeah, it just showed incredible focus. And I knew what I was thinking, but these are 18 to 22-year-olds, and sometimes it's like herding cats. So I knew my focus was simply to play the best game we could against a really good Missouri team, a team that could really make you look. They can make you look bad. How well they execute offense, how skilled they are. They're a talented team. So that's the only thing I thought about. And for the most part, the same thing with our team. That's what they were concerned about. And again, you can choose to follow the distractions, or you can choose to focus on the task at hand. And obviously our team chose the latter.
Colin,
Was
go
this
ahead.
kind of sorry, real quick, was this kind of like the perfect small ball type of play of the formula that you wanted, with forcing turnovers and hitting from deep? And is that kind of the formula for the rest of the way?
Well, yeah, you kind of need to do that. I wouldn't say it's what we designed or what we planned. It's what we have. And it would be, the ball just moved better. We moved it, and we passed up some decent shots for great shots. And sometimes against a team like this, that's going to pack it in, you have to make 3 or 4 attacks before you really get that good inside out three, or that skip across the floor. You just can't get it on the first side. And even if you get lucky and you make one on that first side off of a pull-up, it's fool's gold, because you can't get any rebounds. Not like we're a big time offensive rebounding team right now, but I just thought we controlled the game a little bit with our offense. So we didn't have to defend quite as much. We forced some turnovers. We took care of the basketball. We made some shots. Yeah, that's a pretty good formula.
Colin, go ahead.
The team is coming off of 3 losses.
If you put it in the chat, we can get it. If you type it out, we'll go to Stefan next. If you'll type out the question.
Hey, Doug. I was just curious. Anastasia had another 24 today, and in 3 games early this season, you guys hadn't had Rakia. She played pretty well too. Is she kind of becoming a player that you can really rely on? You know, when you get shorthanded, when things are tough, that she's going to kind of step up for you guys when you need it most.
No. She's always been that player. So, I mean, I'm not trying to be sarcastic or anything, but more like she's always been that player. And so it just, the team looked a little bit different tonight. It might look a little bit different on Sunday. She's willing to do whatever we need to help us win basketball games. Her defense is getting better. Her focus and concentration, and she has some tough assignments. And she is a great competitor that will do whatever it takes to help this team win. And if it's getting an assist or a drive or hitting an open 3 and knocking down some free throws, she is up for any challenge, regardless of who's on the floor.
You had mentioned the turnovers a little bit earlier. I mean, when you have the lineup that you have, and you guys are undersized a bit, and I think Missouri out-rebounded you by 12 or 13. Is that kind of a category you feel like you need to make up for a little bit in turnovers and making sure you're taking care of the ball and getting steals on the other end?
Yeah, and we got to rebound better, and I don't care. I mean, we're small. We know that. That's not a mystery. It didn't happen overnight. It's, we got to hit, and we're just going to lose some of those battles. We've got to keep it a little bit closer. But yeah, we have to win the possession game. We need to get a few steals, and we cannot turn that ball over. And I hate speaking in those terms of negativity. Like, we can't do that. We have to make smart plays. And we, for the most part, we did make smart plays on that offensive end, and by passing to the open man, making multiple attacks, multiple passes inside out, and played a pretty good game of basketball.
We'll get Colin's question here in the chat really quick.
I guess I didn't realize we lost 3 games. Thanks, Colin. So coming off 3 losses, kind of how did I feel about getting a win? Like any other coach would be happy. It's about how we're playing. It really is. Now, trust me, we want to win every single game. And that Georgia loss was a heartbreaker, but we played pretty darn good basketball in that second half. We're not counting that as a moral victory or anything, but it did kind of show how we can compete, how we can play with some really good teams. So it was really about, trying to reach this standard of play. And in some ways it's way better when you focus on that rather than all the wins and all the losses, because, with a win, you start feeling that you can really coach, or that you can really play, and that you can do this. You lose, you think you're terrible and there's something wrong. But when we focus on our standard of play, how we want to play this game, it's a little bit easier to take a loss or take one of these wins, and then hopefully build and grow a team throughout the course of a year.
Got time for 1 or 2 more if anyone has anything else. All right, thanks everybody.